Hey guys, it is Wednesday. It is the day after the American Horror Story Cult trailer dropped. I am wearing my American Horror Story Cult pin. I don't know if you can see it that good, but I will be wearing this pin every time I talk about American Horror Story for the rest of the season. Now, I wasn't going to do a reaction video for the trailer, I should say, because I posted about it on my blog and I kind of gave my 2 cents about it on there, but a YouTube user hit me up in the comments on one of my video asking for me to do a reaction video to the trailer. So you gotta give the people what they want, you know? So after seeing it a couple of times and kind of dissecting the little clips that was in the trailer, it's a lot going on, and I think it's going to be a lot that we see throughout the season. So the running time of the trailer is a little bit over a minute, so it's not that long, but it gives us a little glimpse of what we can expect this season. It is set in Michigan 2016 and it is election night. So the trailer opens up on people reacting to the news of Donald Trump becoming the 45th president of the United States of America. And much like Sarah Paulson's character, her reaction is pretty much accurate. She is distraught. She screams at the television set. You can see that she is obviously upset that he has been elected the president. Now, Evan Peters' character, on the other hand, he plays a guy named Kai. I believe that's how you pronounce it. For me, I didn't know what his reaction was at first. I thought he yells out this belting scream and then proceeds to hump the television set. So people have perceived that as a good sign, well, for him, that he's excited about 45 being the president. For me, my first interpretation of it is that, I really didn't know where to take his reaction, but from what I've read, that he is excited that Donald Trump has been elected president. Later on in the trailer, we see him interacting with Billie Lourd. Her character name is Winter Anderson. And later on, it wasn't clarified on IMDb that what Evan Peters' character's last name was, but me snooping through Tumblr, someone posted a on-set video or on-set photo, and it seems to be like some type of, I want to say, political campaign function type of thing. So it was a huge banner that said Kai Anderson. So I'm assuming Windsor and Kai are related in some aspect. I don't know if they are siblings, cousins, but I'm assuming they have the same last name. They have some type of relation. So it seems in the trailer that Evan Peters' character is some type of cult leader. He has this moment with Billie Lourd where they're having like pinky promise, and he's asking her, what's her greatest fear, and she mentions children. And then the next scene, she is a babysitter for Sarah Paulson's and Allison Pill's son. They are I'm assuming a married couple on the series, and Billie Lourd has stepped into this spot of being a nanny, babysitter, or whatever. So I don't know if it's from that in the trailer. Is it, somehow you give your fear to someone and they kind of turn it into a good thing, kind of like some type of cult situation. So that's going to be also interesting to explore in the season. We also see that Sarah Paulson's character has a phobia with clowns. So she goes to see her psychiatrist, who is played by Cheyenne Jackson, and with Donald Trump being elected, somehow that triggered her phobia. And we also see a bunch of clowns are wreaking havoc on the city of Michigan. I don't know if it spans outside of different cities, but we see these clowns coming out of ice cream trucks. They are doing home invasions. We see a bunch of the cult masks that I also posted on my blog. It was one of the secrets that was revealed on the official website. And we see those masks come into play in picture or on film in the trailer as well. So I've honestly been having, I feel like, nightmares already because of these clowns. I keep hearing voices. I keep hearing things like in my house. So I don't know if the clowns are already affecting my brain. So I think that's going to be a huge aspect of the series. So this season also ties back to season 4, which was Freak Show, and it brings back Twisty the Clown. So from the time span of Twisty to now, which is still a modern decade, or modern year, I should say, 2016, Twisty has become this, I don't know, this icon of fear. So they have comic books that we see in the trailer. They have action figures. And one of the teases that was revealed, it was a script saying that if you say Twisty's name 3 times, he may appear. So it's this whole urban legend thing that is forming around the Twisty the Clown, along with all these clowns coming into play and terrorizing the neighborhood and terrorizing the season, which I think is really going to be a very creepy aspect to the show. But that's American Horror Story, and I think that's why people love it. We want to get back to that true essence of Asylum and Murder House, where it was freaky and it was creepy, and I think that is going to be a huge staple throughout the season. Hopefully it doesn't be how Twisty was in Freak Show, because they tried to introduce this creepy character and we only had him for about a good 4 or 3 episodes until he was killed off, and Dandy, who Finn Wittrock played, came in and took over the Twisty character. But I hope these clowns, as much as I hate them, as much as they creep me out, I hope they do stay throughout the season and really can build off of that element. I want to talk about Billie Lourd for a little bit, because I think it's good to see her in something outside of which was a comedy horror. She was in Scream Queens for 2 seasons, and that's all I've seen her in. I haven't seen her in the Star Wars project, but I am excited to see her in another realm. She had mentioned that outside of her Chanel No. 3 character, this character of Windsor Anderson would have more emotions. But for me, all I was getting was like if Chanel No. 3 went to the coven. And I like it. I feel like she's going to be a huge character this season. And along with Billie Lourd, Sarah Paulson, Allison Peel, Evan Peters, and Cheyenne Jackson, I believe they were the only ones mentioned in the main credits. So those will be the main leads throughout the season. Everybody else, like Emma Roberts and Adina Porter and Colton Hayes and Lena Dunham, those will be recurring roles throughout the season, so we will see how they come into play later on. Also, another thing to point out, that Sarah Paulson and Allison Pill's characters own a restaurant called The Butchery. That was one of the things that they gave out during the Philly meetup, American Horror Story Cult meetup. They gave out these little glasses that had The Butchery on it. So that is a business that those two ladies own, and we see a little bit of that in the trailer as well. I'm feeling really good after the trailer. I think it is going to be an interesting season. We'll see how all the other characters come into play, and we'll also see if Evan Peters is indeed a cult leader, because at the end of the trailer he is in front of this like backdrop with like a hive and stripes, and he kind of says join me. So I don't know if that was a true part of the series or if it was just kind of ending the trailer. So I don't know. It looks like Evan Peters is going to be playing the bad guy this season, and we'll see much more of him. Ryan Murphy promised we would see more Evan Peters, unlike Roanoke when he was in it for like 2 seconds. So I want to know what you guys think. If you guys saw the American Horror Story Cult trailer, or if you didn't, I will leave a link in the description box to my blog for you to check it out. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you scared? What do you think about these clowns? And I have decided that I will be doing American Horror Story Cult episode recaps every week, so be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel because you don't want to miss it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.